Y'all know what's going on. Ezzy Money coming to you in the booth with Dirty Glove Bastard. Best interview of the world, man. Y'all stay tuned. Ezzy motherfucking Money.
My drip is so hard you can't stand by. My whip is so hard you can't park by. My ice is so bright you need sunshade. Just a young.
Ezzy Money.
What
How's it going today, man?
Man, it's a good, beautiful day, man. Another day, another dollar.
That's what's up, man. Now, you currently live here in Atlanta, but you're originally from Huntsville, Alabama. Can you describe what Huntsville is like to someone that's never been there before?
Man, Huntsville, of course, when you hear Alabama, you're going to think country, but Huntsville is the city. We got 3 or 4 university colleges, got 3 or 4 shopping malls. It's not, when you hear Alabama, it's not milking cows and cow pastures. It's city. It's really just like Atlanta.
Yeah. So that's my next question. How does it compare to Atlanta?
It compares to Atlanta far as I would say like the culture of things right now with the generations far as like the cars, like the drip on the clothes, like the talk, everything is pretty much the same. Yeah.
What are some things that are different about it?
Some things that are different, of course, Atlanta is a whole lot faster. The population is bigger, so that essentially makes it a whole lot faster. I don't know the population offhand in Huntsville, but it's definitely not as fast as it is in Atlanta. And then, you know, you got way more clubs here, way more strip clubs. I mean, it's hard to compare to Atlanta, man.
How long you been up here now?
I've been here 8 years.
8 years, okay, so for a minute now. Okay.
Yep. I'm Atlanta now.
I got you. All right. And so growing up in Huntsville, you ran into some legal trouble when you were younger, and you caught a case where you were facing 50 years in prison. And doing some research, correct me if I'm wrong, but you actually hired Johnnie Cochran to represent you?
Yeah.
Can you go into more detail about that?
So pretty much, I got pulled over one night. It was illegal. Police officer jumped on me, thought I was somebody else that had the same exact car. So instead of them trying to get an identification on the face and everything like that, they just found the car, pulled me over, pulled me out the car, jumped on me, beat me up. So then I caught a couple cases, some shooting cases, attempted murders, and in the process we realized that they did some illegal procedures when the police jumped on me. So we kind of had the city up against the wall. So Johnnie Cochran was the only lawyer that was willing to fight a whole city, because of course that's just like if you're in Atlanta, you're not gonna find a lawyer in Atlanta to go against Atlanta because he still has to live in Atlanta. So I mean, it was 60 grand just for Johnnie Cochran to even take the case.
Wow.
Just to take it, just to read in what was going on, have a phone consultation, 60 grand. But just by doing that, when Huntsville seen his name on the paperwork, they knew what they was facing. They came to me with a plea bargain ASAP.
And what was the plea bargain?
10 years, do 3.5.
So from 50 down to 10.
Yeah, because what ended up happening is like, okay, attempted murder is a Class A felony. So what they did was they dropped both of them to Class B so I could get lawyer time and ran them together, concurrent.
Gotcha.
So. Yeah, help me out. Johnny, help me out, man. R.I.P. Johnny.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. A lot of rappers rap about, Johnny, Johnny Cochran, their lawyer, whatever. You actually had it.
Went broke.
That's something else.
But it was worth it. I mean, it was well worth it.
Yeah, and you mentioned you ended up doing 4 years in prison, right?
Yeah, caught a stab case. I ended up having to do an extra 6 months.
Okay. Now, were you interested in music before you went to prison?
Man, it's so funny because when I was in there, like, I was the guy I was the hype man. Like everybody that did rap, I was doing the ad libs, like, like I used to be the beat man. I beat on the bed while they rap, and like now I'm a rapper. So it's just like, it's crazy how things happen in your life and you have to really pay attention, because how it happened with me, I have the same story as Eazy-E with the music. Buddah Bless, I'm pretty sure you heard of him. Was in the studio matter of fact, right when he did the big record with 2 Chainz, Big Amount.
Big Amount with Drake, yeah.
So we're in the studio and I'm waiting on the artist, and he like, man, every time I come up here, you got somebody that's 20, 30 minutes late and you paying for it. He's like, why don't you do it? And I'm like, I'm not a rapper. I'm like, I'm gonna be the hype man on stage hyping him up, but I'm not a rapper. Man, I went in there and he started playing with the auto-tune, and I did this song called Down the Road. And I was kind of like saying, this for my niggas down the road. But when he put the auto tune on it, I was like, that's me. He was like, yeah, keep going. Man, I freestyled, and it just was crazy. Like, that was my first song, and it's like one of the best songs. Like,
was that after you got out of prison?
Yeah, this was after. This was just 2 years ago. I only been rapping 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you first got out of prison, you started up a janitorial business, right?
Yep, I was doing commercial pressure washing or in residential too, driveways, sidewalks, and then I was doing carpet cleaning and janitorial too as well. So yeah. That was something that was kind of like a family business that we did before I went to prison, and my daddy kind of kept it going, so I got out and boosted it back up. Yeah.
And you decided to do that instead of jumping back into the street life.
Yeah, nah, couldn't do that.
All right, so basically you use that money to kind of help fund your music career then, right?
Well, from the janitorial service, I moved to Georgia and I got into trucks. I drove trucks myself personally for like 2 years over the road.
Like cross country and all?
Yeah, literally cross country. Like matter of fact, I used to haul cars to California twice a month.
Oh, wow.
It took me 6 days to go out there and come back. I used to do that twice a month.
Oh, wow.
And make like 40 grand though. Yeah. So, after doing that for a couple years, I'm like, I want my life back. This is good in this truck. I'm making a lot of money, but I can put people in here and I can fall back. Yeah. So once I got that, I bought, a couple trucks, and, now I'm 5 or 6 trucks up, and it can fund everything I want to do with the music.
Gotcha. So how would you describe your sound for music?
I would describe my sound, I'm gonna use an artist as an example, because T.I. is like somebody I look up to in the music. And I think we're a lot alike because I can rap about trap, I can do R&B, I can sing, I can be knowledgeable and give you upbringing music. So it's kind of hard because I'm very diverse. I would say I have a diverse sound.
Yeah. All right, and who were some of your favorite rappers growing up?
Growing up, Master P, man, I gotta go back now. Of course, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Outkast, Goody Mob. Like, that's the stuff I grew up on. You know what I'm saying? But my favorite out of all of them, I would say like Scarface.
Scarface? What was about Scarface that really
Scarface and Pimp C, because I don't know it's how it is in Texas, but it just seemed like they had a different upbringing, like what they was rapping about and how they was bringing it was just so different. Everybody else was kind of just talking about it, but like you could really go to Texas and hear about Pimp C and the rest of them, like, and they was really doing it. Like Master P as well too though. Like Master P was really a good like role model as he progressed with the rap, because at first, he was on the gang, bang bang, shoot 'em up stuff, and then he progressed and like it was like, I want to be like that. Like he set his whole family straight. Like so. Yeah,
he definitely laid out the blueprint for success.
Right.
If you want to do it independently.
Right.
So that's definitely good. Now you recently released an EP called Alabama Raised, Atlanta Paid, that featured Lil Baby and Boozy. How's the feedback been so far for that project?
So far the feedback with me and the 2 official songs, me and Lil Baby, is great. Video is almost at 1 million. Yeah. Not even really campaigning it. I mean, it's kind of doing numbers on its own. Yeah. So everybody likes the song. Of course, Lil Baby's super hot right now, so that was a good thing. But as far as being Lil Boosie, nobody really knows about it yet because I went so hard with the Lil Baby song because he's like super hot right now that I kind of let that one to the back just in case. So the Lil Boosie track is spare, but we're about to do a video for it here in a couple weeks. So that's gonna be kind of like a Thanksgiving thing. The video gonna drop and so you're gonna hear everybody saying big bank, take a little bank.
All right, so going back to the 2 official video and song with a Lil Baby, what was it like working with him on the song and at the video shoot as well? We're gonna start from the song. Working with him in the studio was great. I mean, he literally did it in like 15, 20 minutes, and then he kind of just hung out with me. We talked, kicked it. That was a great experience because, I mean, by him being a rapper that hasn't been out too long and hasn't even been doing it that long, like he came in and laid it down. I mean, like he been doing this all his life. And I've been around people that's been doing it way longer than him, and they can't even do it like that. So the studio experience was great. As far as the video,
It was great. He was even actually helped me direct. Like, man, come on, man, tell the cameraman, come on, man, or come on, man, we need. So that was cool. Like, you know, you get a lot of artists, they get on set and they trying to feel themselves. Like, oh, come put makeup on me, bring me some water. Like, man, he act like he grew up with us. Like, he gave all my people, like, you know, pictures, you know, handshake. I mean, it was just like he knew us. So it was a great experience. Great experience.
Yeah. And like you mentioned, that video is almost nearing 1 million views on World Star right now.
Yeah.
Do you have a personal favorite song on the EP?
My personal favorite is Been Through This, Been Through That.
Okay.
And that's because I'm telling the story of why I was incarcerated and all of that. That's the song that if people hear, they really get to know me off that song. It's not all the jewelry and the cars and no, this is what I went through. This is where I come from. Like, this is real pain. Yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite. And we just did that video this week. So that one drops in like a week or two.
Okay. That'll be the next video then.
Yep.
Gotcha. Now I also got to ask you about big wheel racing. Can you describe what this is to people who may not be aware?
So, big wheel racing. What big wheel racing is, 24s or better inch rims on pretty much any kind of car, preferably old. Yeah. It kind of started with the donks, which are 71 through 75 Caprices, Impalas, hardtop or convertible. But as you know, I have a 66. So I made my own lane. I didn't want to have a 71 through 70. I wanted, and then mine is a SS. You know, it's a difference in the quality and the value of the car. So, but I mean, it's great. I mean, it has really changed my racing world. Like, it just took my racing to another level because so many people, like when I come to the track and they be like, you finna race that? I'm like, yeah. They like, on those wheels? I'm like, yeah. They like, it's gonna just spin down the track. And then I go out there and make a fat, they like, what the, like, and I'm like, yeah.
And this is drag racing,
This is drag racing. I mean, I'm going just as fast as cars with slick tires and everything else on 26-inch rims, 215s in the trunk. I mean, a real deal show car that I can drive and, you know, take to a car show.
I was gonna say, this car that you actually drive on the streets.
Yeah, I drive it because Usher, you know, Usher just used it for him and Zaytoven for a documentary. Man, they drove it from Lenox Mall to Greenbrier.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you about that because I saw that on your Instagram.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And, that car you call it Jet Lag.
Jet Lag.
Where'd that name come from?
So that name came from, in racing, like when you bulb into the stage light, you have a button that you hit called a trans brake. And what that does is locks the transmission down to where you're able to put your foot to the floor and the car not move. So that when the light turns green and you let go of the button, all the power that your car has, you're going to feel it. So I named it Jet Lag because when it takes off just like a jet. It's really no lag, but the lag just kind of sounded good. Like I couldn't say jet. It'd be like, so I said Jet Lag. So, yeah. And
has Jet Lag been in any other music videos?
Yep. Jet Lag has been in Young Scooter, and I can't remember the guy's name, but Young Scooter video has been in Offset and what's his name? Damn. Tell me, y'all. Trouble. The remix of Keisha, yeah.
Oh, that's not even out yet.
Yeah, right. So I really ain't supposed to be talking about it, but it's in that video. It's like the main part of the video. So that video. It's in the two official. Like I say, Dolph used it a while back when it was red, but they never dropped the video. So it's been used about 5 times.
Okay. Yeah. And how's she do racing wise?
Racing, my record is 7-2. I won 7, lost 2. Yeah. Okay. And I lost them 2 to the same person.
Really?
So
you got a little grudge there.
Yeah, I got a little. I do.
All right. You have any other cars that you race?
Yes, and it's called 747. It's a 84 Hertz Cutlass. That's the one I'm featured in on Fastest Car for Netflix.
Okay.
It's more of a real race car though.
Yeah. Roll
cage, seatbelt harnesses, have to have on full outfit, fire extinguisher. Yeah. But yeah, that one really fast.
How long have you had that one?
I've had that one for 4 years now.
4 years?
Yeah.
Now, do you work on these yourself or?
I don't, but I mentally work on them, meaning I tell them how I want it.
Yeah, what you want.
I mean, from screws and nuts and bolts and all, but I don't physically have the time, no. Yeah. And then my vet, I race it too.
Oh, you got a vet too? What kind of vet you got?
2017 Stingray.
Oh, okay.
But it's not stopped.
Not exactly.
It's not stopped.
And what's your record with those other two cars?
The Vet, I'm actually 1-1,
Okay.
and 747, I'm like 4-1. Yeah, I did lose one. Yeah.
Okay.
So my records are fairly good. Like I don't lose races.
And I saw you were out in Huntsville this past weekend for your own event called Track Fest. Can you tell us a little more about that and how that went?
So Track Fest was great. It was a success. I gapped 2 people. Gapping them means you're at least 2 cars in front of them.
So you smoked them.
Smoked them. So a lot of people came out, showed me love. You know, from my hometown, I had a couple racers from other cities and states. They came. They showed up. I mean, it was a success. Exactly how I planned it to go down, it went down. And that is hard in this day and time because you have to be really a reputable person for people to be like, oh, I'm going there. I'm going. I mean, I had people drive all the way from Texas to Alabama. I had people drive from deep in South Carolina. We talking 7-8 hours. These people driving to come to my show. And this was the first one I threw with big wheels. So it was, man, I'm blessed. It was amazing.
Plans to do another one?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
My birthday coming up, too. We got a birthday bash coming up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where you going to do that one at?
I'm going to do one here and in my hometown.
Okay.
It's going to be October 26th and 27th, something like that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And music-wise, what else you got coming up? I know you mentioned the
So
couple videos you got coming.
Yeah, so music-wise, been through this, been through that. We just shot that video this week. That'll drop in 2 weeks max. And then right after that, we're gonna do the Big Bank Take Lil Bank with Boosie. And then after that video, we're gonna drop the Impala video because I never haven't dropped that one either. You know, that's the song for the car, Jet Lag.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and give my fans a video for that. But then starting 2019, we'll come with a whole nother project.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Project 2, we got Derez Deshaun, we got Scooter, we got and Dolph.
What are some producers you're working with too?
Producers, we're working with Turbo from over at QC. Yeah, we got Buddah Bless, we got Bugatti on the beat. He's my personal in-house engineer. And then Zaytoven.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And any artists, producers you would love to work with that you haven't had a chance to yet?
Artists, I would love to work with T.I. I love to do a song with T.I. I feel like we could do a great song, like going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like dope as hell. And a good example would be, you remember the old Jay-Z and Nas song a long time ago?
Yeah.
Ether, was it Ether?
No, not either.
Not Ether, something, but whatever that song was, I want to do something like that with Tip. That'd be crazy.
Gotcha.
And then producer-wise, I would like to work with DJ Mustard. Reason being because I don't have like a California background. I don't have, they don't even know about me yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, that would be so diverse to go out to the Bay Area, get on a totally different beat, totally different tempo, and then kill it. It's just be like, who is this dude? Like, I want to do the abnormal stuff. Like, I don't want to do the normal because I'm going to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
I want to be that guy when people hear me, they like, he different.
Yeah.
Like, just not even he good or this, like, he different, first and foremost. Like, he got a different sound. He not like the rest of the rap. That's what I want.
Red nigga getting paid. My drip is official. Yeah. My whip is official. Skirt. My jewelry official. Bling, blow. I keep me a pistol. My drip is so hard you can't stand by. My whip is so hard you can't park by. My ice is so bright you need sunshade.